Hello dear students, I welcome all of you to this video on recursion in C. This is GATE 2017 question which we are looking at, and a very interesting question. In this, there are two recursive functions given, foo with the parameter val, and you observe that foo is calling itself with parameter val minus minus. Remember, this minus minus here, which is written after val, is a postfix decrement. Anyway, let's see that later. And there is another function bar with val parameter again, and it is calling recursively itself with bar val minus 1. And it is asked that what happens if these two functions, foo and bar, are called with parameter 3 each, foo 3 and bar 3, and some options have been given. Okay, let's see. Let's see first of all what happens when we run foo function with parameter as equal to 3. Now, something really interesting over here is this foo function is having int val parameter, and val is called with the value 3. This foo is called with the value 3. Now, if you actually go deep down this function, when you run this function, right over here, you will see a recursive call. But something really interesting about this recursive call is foo is called with val minus minus. Now, you all know that this minus minus is a postfix decrement. So foo will be called just with the value val. Foo is called with the same value 3 again. So foo 3 is going to call foo 3. But then when is val going to decrease? Val is going to decrease only after the recursive call ends. That is, after the function returns, val will be decreased because this is post decrement. I hope you got this. So the crux, the core of this question lies in this post decrement, and it really spoils the whole show, entire show. What happens is foo 3 will call foo 3 again, foo 3 will call foo 3, this will go on. Okay, that means the option that we are looking at here is that surely it won't give any answer. This option is out of question. You watch this returns 6. Foo 3 cannot return 6 because hello, it's going to keep calling itself. This is indefinite recursion. Let's look at it in detail. Okay, let's see. Foo val runs just as we have been showing in earlier videos. The first parameter passed to val here is 3, and then there is a local variable x declared where x is 0, and then this while is checked. I am normally shocked to see a loop like while loop or for loop inside a recursive function, because recursion itself is repetition, one kind of repetition. Function is calling itself, and within that calling function, you are having a loop. So actually, I get tremors. I get frightened on seeing a loop inside a recursive function. So something is fishing here. Something is really going to be bad. Okay, by the way, this while loop is going to be checked, and while val greater than 0 is true, because val is at the moment 3, so the inner statement will run. So I am writing that statement here. The statement running now is x equal to x plus recursive call foo val minus minus. Now, as I was saying, see something interesting here. Foo should be called with the value of val, and after the recursion ends, after the function ends or returns, this val should decrease by 1. So this call is not foo 2. Val will not decrease first. First foo function will be called with the parameter val. So the height is foo val is again called the parameter val. This parameter val is still 3, and the function starts all over again, declaring local variable x is 0, and then the while is checked. Obviously this while is true because val is 3. So inside the while loop there is a statement x is equal to x plus foo val minus minus, and the same story repeats. This is also post decrement, isn't it? So foo must be called with the value of val, so again it calls foo val 3. Oh good lord, look at that. That means this is going to continue, isn't it? Indefinitely foo will keep calling itself with the same parameter 3, and This is indefinite recursion. What happens really then? After some time, the memory will be full, because please try to understand these functions are getting stacked in the memory, isn't it? And operating system will soon complain, very soon complain, that I don't have sufficient memory to stack your function anymore. So basically, in that case, what will happen is that the program, this type of program which contains such a foo function, will be terminated abnormally. So C option, you watch, abnormal termination is the correct option for foo3. Foo3 will terminate abnormally. Basically, it will not terminate on its own. Operating system will terminate it. So you look at option B. Option B is also out of question, because in option B it is given that infinite loop. Now, foo3 will not have infinite loop. This is not an infinite loop, whereas this is infinite recursion. And infinite recursion is more dangerous than infinite loop, because infinite recursion will actually eat up all the memory, and memory will be full, and operating system will intervene. Operating system will come into picture saying that I can't afford to give any more memory, and abnormal termination will result. Okay, the question remains about bar, this function. What happens really? So option A and B are out of question. C must be correct, I think. But you look at D. In D, it is given both terminating abnormally. We know that foo will terminate abnormally. We don't know about bar. Now, this is more interesting. Let's see. Let's see what happens when bar gets called with option with the parameter 3. Now, just stay with this video. Have patience. Just listen to every point very carefully. Bar is now running with val, and val is 3. Run this function. It has a local parameter x, where x is 0. Then the while is checked. Again, this is dangerous. I always feel nervous when I see while loop inside a recursive function. Anyway, let's read whatever is given. While val is greater than 0. Yeah, surely 3 is greater than 0 here. So inside this, there is a statement inside the while loop. I am writing it, x is equal to x plus bar val minus 1, where val minus 1 happens to be 2. So bar gets called recursively with parameter val again. This parameter val is now 2. So restart this function. When you run this function, x is again 0. This is local parameter. And check the while loop. While val greater than 0 is of course true, because val is 2. So inside the while loop, we have a statement x is equal to x plus bar val minus 1. But this val minus 1 happens to be 1. So bar gets called again with val, and val being 1. This function starts with x equal to 0 local variable, and of course the while is true inside this, because val is 1 and 1 is greater than 0. While condition is true here. So x becomes x plus bar val minus 1. And now starts the fun part. Now bar is called with 0. Val minus 1 is 0. So when bar is called with val equal to 0, let's see what happens. Now this while loop, observe the cursor. This while loop will break, because val greater than 0 is the condition to execute the while loop. So the control will come out of the while loop, and the function will return val. Well, by the way, this function returns val, isn't it? When val is 0, the current function returns val, and val is 0. So it returns 0, and this function ends. This function ends. I hope you are understanding. When bar is called with val equal to 0, while is false. This while, which I am marking, is false. So the while breaks and it returns val. So it returns 0. But you know, whenever a function ends, calling function resumes. Calling function resumes, and it has returned 0. 0 is returned at the call. So now this x will become x plus 0. Anyway, x was 0 initially. So x becomes 0 plus 0. So x remains 0. Well, what happens after this is very interesting. You see, one might feel that, okay, x has become x plus 0, bar has now resumed, and then this function has got the value 0, and now everything ends, and this function also ends. No, 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 wait a minute, wait a minute. What was this bar function doing last time? This bar function, which I am pointing to, was inside its while loop, isn't it? was inside this while loop. And remember, whenever a function resumes its execution, it should resume with what it was doing. So what happens when this bar function makes x equal to x plus value return, this bar function will go back to its while loop and it will recheck the condition, is val greater than 0? Hello, look at this function, look at this where I am pointing. What is the value of val? Val is still 1, isn't it? So 1 is greater than 0. I hope you are understanding. When this bar function resumes, it makes x is equal to x plus 0. X is equal to x plus the returned value was 0 here. And then it goes back to the while. And while is checking what is val. Val is still 1. The parameter is still 1. We have not changed val anywhere. So again this line runs inside the while loop. While becomes true and x becomes x plus bar 0 because 1 minus 1. So height is this bar function will call the function again, and the function is bar with val equal to 0. I hope you are understanding. When bar with value 0 will be called, this function will end simply returning 0. Height is it returns 0 again at the call here. Again at the call 0 is returned. X will again become 0 plus 0. X will stay 0. But the height is when this function will resume, it will resume with its while loop. And it is going to check what is val, and val is still 1 and 1 is greater than 0. So it will again call this function. So bar 1 will call bar 0. Bar 0 will return 0. Again bar 1 will call bar 0. Bar 0 will return 0. This continues indefinitely. So the program, so this function is never going to end. And it seems that bar with value 1 is playing with bar with value 0. They continue in tandem. So what's the option really? One thing is sure, that it's not going to give any output. So option A is out of question. Option B, you see, is abnormal termination. No, this doesn't end abnormally. Please try to understand. Operating system will have no complaint. Please try to understand, this is not going to eat up all the memory, because memory will never become full, because bar 0 starts but it ends immediately, making the memory vacant. Bar 1 resumes, it calls bar 0 again, bar 0 ends again, resuming bar 1. So this will not be abnormal termination, but this is infinite loop. Please try to understand, this is an infinite loop where the two functions are calling itself indefinitely. So option C is correct. I hope you have understood. I know that at times, the slate becomes quite messy, but that's the way how we are even going to solve our gate paper. The scribble pad that is given during gate exam is also going to be messy. So please try to understand my working here, and I hope you have enjoyed this video and you also agree that option C is correct. Thank you very much.